Yeah, I'm here with nRated. Chris, nice to have you again. You just played against Curse.EU in the very first round of the European Championship and you won 2-0. In the first game it was pretty close. Give us a short recap about the first game.
First game, it was kind of even on all lanes, the CS-wise and also like pressure-wise. Top lane got a bit ahead because Chase is range and Shen is a melee champ, but our jungle was a bit behind because it was simply that Malphite doesn't jungle that fast. So they noticed that we don't have that much map control at that point, and they went for our red, and they caught me at our dry brush because we said we want to contest it, but it was wrong decision. They had a stronger early game lineup, so we had to turtle a lot, and after some minutes they tried to go for Drake and we tried to stop them and also died meanwhile, but we caught up because we managed to catch some off position, and finally after some minutes we also got a double kill on bot lane because they overextended very hard. And yeah, we got even, and then we had two good team fights where they were totally out of position, and we managed to win those, and then it snowballed to the late game where our combo was already stronger than theirs, and then we just won.
In the early game it was, as you said, close, or Curse was a bit ahead. Do you think if they played it more intelligent they could have finished it already in mid game?
No, because we could have turtled it out until real late game. I think they pressured enough mid game, but they took some fights they shouldn't have taken because cooldowns were not up and the position was simply bad. So I think their general handling towards the game was just not how it was supposed to be. So yeah, they just did simple mistakes they shouldn't have done, and that cost them the game.
Yeah, in the second game we saw you on the bot lane very strong. You played Lulu, not one of the picks who's picked in every game. But what was that decision to take Lulu for bot lane?
I'm not sure you recognized it, but we banned Nunu in the first game because we already knew if they pick Nunu they also want to play Ashe, which is a really strong lane because you can just permanently slow someone and really pay off mistakes of the enemies. So we noticed that they wanted to pick Nunu Ashe so badly that they first picked Nunu. So we were already prepared for this and went for a counter lane, which was in our eyes Ezreal and Lulu, because we have such a strong poke potential and they have no real sustain. So if Ezreal jumps in, for example, and I have the shield on him, I can use my Q spell as if I was him. So I can just slow him from range, even though I was not there, and he has a shield, so he's stronger than Ashe. So we just poked and poked the lane, and we got ahead on CS and even killed them on bot lane a couple of times. And so simply the bot lane was snowballing pretty hard, and because we had Shen and Nocturne with two globals, we could be sure that if the enemies try to gank us with 4-man, we can also be 4-man at any time. So we were pretty safe on bot lane, and overall every single lane won in that game, so there was not much to say. We did one mistake which gave them Baron because they kited us too long, and we went in again, which we shouldn't have done, but except that one, I think was a pretty flawless game.
Okay, so you are now in the top 4 already. Let's talk about you and Fnatic. I mean, a few days ago Fnatic announced that you will join them. Their supporter left. We saw you last playing with Yellowstar officially in AAA, and then some months no one knew where nRated would play. So what happened in this period?
A couple of things. I tried out teams because for me, like human-wise, relationship-wise, I need to have a contact to the people I play with. And I really was looking for a team which I feel comfortable with, because if you feel comfortable with and play a lot with them, you will always improve and get better. And I tried with Millennium, which announced we joined them officially, but we just made some tries to get it work, but it just didn't work out for us. And after that I was looking quite long for a team, and since I knew the European scene lacks of good supports right now, I had the time to I just took my time to actually choose a team. And when I played with Fnatic, I really felt familiar because they were looking for a sub-in for Berlin Campus Party. And yeah, I feel so familiar with them, and they felt so familiar with me that we just decided that I will replace the sub-in Phylux. Because he was already only planned as a sub-in for DreamHack and MLG, because the other support couldn't play that much anymore. And because the other one was inactive, I got the real replacement for the support. And yeah, I feel really good playing with the guys, and I'm really confident that we'll take at least 3rd place. And so we will make sure that we go to LA and compete for the championship.
Yeah, by joining Fnatic, I mean Fnatic won Season 1, there's so much pressure on this team, not on the team maybe, but on the clan, because they have to show some results with the League of Legends team. And now you joined Fnatic, and how did it feel? What were the team managers' words? What were the team captain's words? Did they directly tell you some goals you definitely have to achieve?
The goals are clear. They don't have to tell us that, and they didn't tell us yet. And there's also like no pressure from them, because they know like our efforts are on max. We try to do our best, and as long as we show that we do our best, I think they will be happy with our results. Also, we are training a lot, and we are well prepared for this championship, so we will succeed.
Okay, so your goal is to make it to the top 3. Before the tournament, everybody said like M5 and CLG will be 1 and 2, and the other 6 teams will just play for the 3rd place. So what do you think about that?
I think M5 and CLG are really strong teams. There's no doubt. They wouldn't compete on certain level like this for so long if they were not good. But I think people don't understand that this game can change every single time a champion comes out. So if a team manages to know something that another team doesn't, and they take advantage of that, they will win them, 100%. Team play wise, you just need time. If you take your time to get better in a team, you will always have the chance to beat them. They are not unbeatable, especially if you know how they are playing. So, and I know a lot of teams bootcamp before this. We did as well, and not only us are well prepared towards those 2 teams, because we were sure we will face them if we succeed against Curse. So the next match will be M5 versus Elohel, and the winner of them will face us. And then we still, if we lose against the winner of that, we still have a shot at the 3rd place. But we plan to be at least 2nd, so we will see towards that match. Like, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, you already mentioned that the game is changing like with every week, with every patch, or with every new champion. I saw Soas going on top lane with Jace. What was the idea behind that? I mean, it was, as far as I know, the first Jace pick in an official offline tournament.
If you watched our matches in the couple last weeks, Soas showed some really strong play on Jace, and like people tried to copy-paste his Jace and they were not able to. So it's a unique pick, and people don't really know how to play against that. And we see, it has a really high value in a game if the Jace plays correctly. So I think Soas feels good with him, and that's all that matters. If you feel good with the champ, you can pick it. It doesn't matter if it's Jace or something else, but Jace especially is like Soas' favorite char right now.
Okay, if we talk about Jace, one more question. Jace is one of the champs where it wasn't really clear where he will play. I mean, we saw in Solkuro, High Elo, you saw him on bot lane as AD carry, you saw him in the mid lane as AP, and on top lane as both probably. So what do you think about the champ?
The champ itself is pretty balanced. One thing that is not good on him is the E-spell on the hammer form does max life damage in Magic. That means you have an AD carry which jumps the enemy and does max life damage, and that's like really hard to handle. So yeah, I think the champ itself is good, but he's hard to play because he has no real escape spell, so he needs a lot of repositioning.
Okay, you said that you made a bootcamp. A lot of teams made a bootcamp, as you mentioned, and If you know you will probably face M5 in the semi-final, did you prepare some anti-tactics? You already told us that you prepared anti-tactics for that Nunu Ashe bot lane.
Yeah, I cannot say I'm confident against M5 because that would not be true, but I haven't lost with my teams against M5 in a competitive match yet, and that has a reason because we know how M5 plays and we know usually what they do. It's just about reading their game and what they try to do and just counter that. They cannot handle certain stuff, I'm not going to tell what, but if we show up what we can, then we can beat M5.
What do you think about the games M5 showed lately? I mean, they kind of play different because their jungler Diamond Prox really focus on getting XP and farming in his jungle. He just sometimes ganks on top lane. Is that something it's good to know? Like, you can be safe on bot lane, for example?
You can never be safe. You always have to get a certain type of vision. If a lane snowballs hard, like mid or bot, he will not only gank top or mid, he will just go and try to help the lane that has no chance to do anymore. If you cannot farm, you will get even further behind, so he needs to help that. But I think he goes for gold items, Oracle, and tries to show up everywhere just to have some kind of pressure on the lanes. Diamond Prox is a really good jungler, and you have to be careful when you play against him because they always show up different strategies. It's not like they only go top, mid or bot. It's situational, so you cannot really say what you have to do. You just have to be aware, and you have to get a lot of map awareness that is needed against them.
Yeah, here at the Season 2 European Championship, it's the first offline event for the new fnatic. What do you think about the other teams? Do you fear any special team, like maybe in your tree? What do you think about Elohel? Did they change the player? They had to change the player because his main account was banned. What do you think about those facts?
I know that M5 fears Elohel. I got that told of someone of them. I'm not gonna name it, but they are afraid because Elohel is crazy. They put up some really crazy stuff, and you cannot count on what they are going to do. So watch the match because it will be a lot of fun to watch, I'm pretty sure.